Hey everybody, it's Dina Blizzard again, coming to you from the location of the Animal Welfare Association. We have a fabulous fundraiser coming up May 19th and May 20th. You don't want to miss it. You can register now. It's going to be a great night of trivia and games and comedy and drag queens. What? You don't want to miss it. So we are on site doing a series to let you know more about what they do here at the Animal Welfare Association. So joining me now is Nancy. Nancy, what is your title here?
I'm the Shelter Services Manager here at the Animal Welfare Association.
Okay, and so what does that mean? You're kind of overseeing what?
I oversee all of the programs that fall under the adoption center behind us.
All right. So tell me, just to give us some fast facts about how many adoptions do you guys do in an average year?
In an average year, pre-COVID, pre-construction, we are approximately 2,500 animals a year.
Wow, that is a tremendous amount. And you're talking about construction. Tell us what's happening here. I'm going to start to pan, but what is the excitement happening in this direction?
So we are building a brand new shelter. Our previous shelter was built in the 60s and it was starting to show its age. So a new shelter is starting to be erected over there.
And how big will this whole facility be by the time it's done?
It will be 15,000 square feet.
That's amazing.
Yeah, we were crammed into 5,000 square feet before.
Wow.
So we're tripling the size, we're doubling the dog capacity.
Mm-hmm.
I believe we're doubling and then some the cat holding capacity.
Mm-hmm.
We're increasing the space for our medical services because a lot of the animals that come to us are in need of medical services. So we're increasing the area that those services can be performed in. And as you can hear, the construction
is definitely happening. I can hear it. Now, here's the thing: is that I have always known you guys as a place to come and adopt pets. But right behind us was your pet clinic, which is separate. So talk people through that.
Sure. So currently with the pet clinic, again, this is due to COVID and due to construction that's happening. The pet clinic offers low-cost vaccines to the public, and those are done at our vaccination clinics, which are where you just show up on the day of the clinic. You don't need an appointment. You just get in line, take a number, and you wait for your number to be called. And you can get those services provided. So your rabies, distemper, Bordetella vaccines.
Wow.
You can even get your heartworm testing and your products that you need as well. So your heartworm preventative, your flea and tick preventative can also be purchased then. So that's the main thing that happens right now with the clinic. And they're also on Thursdays and Fridays performing low-cost spays and neuters for the public.
That's
great. I know that waiting list is a bit long right now, so if somebody has some of those puppies you were talking about earlier, you know, the pandemic puppies, and you need to get them altered, I would suggest checking out our website and seeing how to go about getting one of those appointments. And
this is for dogs that they weren't necessarily adopted here. You're saying you're servicing any dog or cat, any pet.
Open to the public.
That's awesome.
Open to the public.
But you do a lot of other programs here. I was talking with Liz before, your behavioral therapist, and she said you have classes as well. What other programs do you guys have?
So the behavior department, yes, they run the classes for the public. Currently they're doing them via Zoom, but hopefully soon we'll be able to open it up and actually have in-person things. We also have a large volunteer program, and those volunteers help us in many ways. It doesn't have to be animal related. So if people are like, I'm a little afraid of dogs and I don't know what I want to do, we have people that come in and file and make phone calls and
That's
do
great.
that kind of stuff. So it really just depends on what you're interested in. If you want to help out in some of the events that we have, the fundraisers, I mean, there's really a volunteer position for just about anything you're interested in.
And so I'm a foster, foster fail, proud foster fail too. But about how many foster families do you have, and are you still looking for foster families?
We're always looking for fosters. Currently we have over 300 foster families in the area. But obviously the need is still there, and it continues to be there because, like you said, a lot of us become a foster fail, and then you can't take in another foster right away because you're trying to acclimate the one that you just adopted.
Yeah.
So we're always looking to build that program, and especially when we're going to be having 55 plus kennels and doubled and then some of the cat rooms.
Yeah.
We need a solid foster base to help us save those animals, have them in a transitional space, and then pull from those fosters to fill those,
It's
the
so
rescue.
much. I don't know how you guys do it, but you're doing a great job in the pandemic. Thank you so much, Liz, for joining us. If you want to learn more about AWA, don't forget you can join us on May 19th and 20th. It's a great fundraiser. And again, all of that money is going to medical care for dogs and cats and small animals that are all serviced here through the shelter program. So it's a great program and a great way to give back if you are an animal lover. So thanks so much for watching our video. We'll see you May 19th and 20th. And don't forget to register now. And we'll see you then. See ya.